In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get real-time scoring on your assessment authored writing responses. I'm going to use Gemini. I'm going to use Gmail, which is a little strange. And then, of course, assessment authoring. A shout out to Matt Mullen for showing me how to do a lot of this. So I really appreciate it. We are helping each other. So right here, I am in the assessment authoring part where I create my tests. So I'm going to go to view tests I've created. Now it looks like I've only created one test, but if you go here to filters and then click any and then apply, now I have all of my tests. But I'm going to stick with this one right here. So this is an assessment author test that only has essay questions. So they're only writing response questions. So I'm going to select that test. I'm going to click on this little lazy snowman because it's horizontal snowman. And then I'm going to preview the test. So in preview mode, you'll see here is this passage, and then you've got the question right here. I can write a response right in here. So I put IDK, and then I can go up here and I can score it. So now I did not do well. I got not enough data because I just wrote IDK. So what I did for this, so that I could show this to you as an example, I copied this entire passage, dropped it into Gemini. The first response, I didn't copy and paste the entire question. I just did like the first part. So let's show what that did. So I am going to copy this. And wouldn't it be nice if I could just copy and then go over here to my assessment authored and just paste? Wouldn't that be great? But look, that comes up. Well, you're probably saying, well, just do Control V. Well, Control V doesn't work. So this is where Matt Mullen showed me the coolest trick. So you have to go from field, text field or text box to text box. You need to put it into an email. I know, sounds crazy. I've got this email open. I'm gonna paste that response in here. And then I'm going to go back here. Now, I'm going to use this cool split view. And I've got my inbox. So now I've got this, and here is the text box, because it has to go text box to text box. So I'm going to select all of that. I don't want my name, though. So I've got it all highlighted. I'm going to click and hold and drag this text over. Slick. That is so cool. So because I already have this in a Google Doc, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Now I'm going to separate the views so that you can see. Oops, I got to go over here. So I've got this in here. It's all in there. Looks good. So those watching at home, what do you think? What score do you think I'd get? 5, 6, what do you think? It's a lot of text. But remember, I did not copy the entire question. So let's go in and I'm going to click item score right here. Da, 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 da. I got a 6. So at this point, you could use your human brain and as a class, maybe look at this and see, okay, what can we add? What can we not? And notice in the item score, it breaks it down to convention score, your elaboration score, and organization. So I've got conventions, that's great, but I'm lacking in elaboration and organization. So in the second one, I actually put the entire question. Okay, so here we go. So I copied the entire question. I just threw this in a Google Doc so it was easier. So I am going to copy all of this. So I can copy and paste this into an email. So I'm going to do that split view again. I love that so much. And I'm going to add it to the bottom. Why not? Let's add it to the bottom. So I did ask it to put it into a bulleted list. So that's that part where it's saying, yeah, I'll do that. Because it originally put it in a table, and I can't copy and paste a table. So I said, you know, get rid of the table and put it into a bulleted list. So now I'm going to copy all of this. Copy. No, I'm not going to copy and paste. I almost messed up my own video. I'm going to copy all of this, and then I'm going to drag it, because our gut thing is Control C, Control V. But we want to drag this. So I'm going to drag it down here to the bottom. And let's separate these views. Now, if you're playing at home, what score do you think? I'm hoping I got at least an 8, for goodness sake. This is a lot of work, cutting and pasting, or dragging, I should say. All right, item score, let's take a look. Drum roll. Da-da-da-da-dum. Oh, I got an 8. Yay! So once again, I might look at elaboration, organization, and see what the heck, why have I not gotten a 10 yet? Another thing that you could do is you could copy, or not copy and paste, you could take one of your students' writing, actual writing essay that they did, drop it in here using that drag and drop from your email, and then do the item score. You could do this as a whole class activity, and then, you know, don't call the kid out, of course, and then add to it, click item score, add to it, click item score. But if you're like me and, you know, you want to make sure that you know what's going to happen, you might want to do that ahead of time and add elaboration and add, you know, transition words and add things to it, add, you know, make sure that you're hitting enter. And then you could test it out before you do it in front of the kiddos. I was at Shoreland showing this to teachers today, and they were so excited. If you want me to come to your building, tell the whole building, or I could come to just your department or just you and talk about this. All right. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I hope you're as excited as I am for my score. Woo woo.